So today I want to talk to you about tangents and secants. And so when you look at this picture, I want you to make sure that you realize that you have to be able to identify what the secant is and what the tangent is. So right here you see that you have a tangent. A tangent means that the line touches the circle exactly at one point. The theorem says that if you have two tangents that meet outside a point, the tangents are congruent. So therefore, we have 5x plus 1 equals 6x. I'm going to go ahead and subtract 5x from both sides. 1 equals x. The question asked me to find x, so I've completed example 1. If you look at example 2, you'll notice that we have one tangent. Remember, a tangent touches the circle at one point, but then on the other side, we do not have a tangent. We have what we call a secant. A secant touches the circle at 2 points, right here and right here. So our theorem says that if you have a tangent and a secant, our tangent is squared and the whole secant segment times the outside part. So the whole secant segment right here would be x plus 5. The outside part is going to be x. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set the tangent squared equal to the whole secant segment. X times x plus 5. I'm going to go ahead and distribute. X times x is x squared. X times 5 is 5x. Now I'm going to go ahead and FOIL this binomial. So I'm going to say x squared. Remember, the rules are you square the first, multiply the first times the second, and double it. I get 4x, and then I'm going to square the second, which it means 4. You'll notice that x squares cancel out, and then I'm just left with a linear 5x equals 4x plus 4. Subtract 4x from both sides, x equals 4. Remember, it matters to identify if you have a tangent or if you have a secant. In example 3, you'll notice that I have two secant segments. The whole secant segment times the outside part is equal to the whole secant segment times the outside part. This whole secant segment is 6 plus 5x. This one is 7 plus 3x plus 2. So what I'm going to do is in my first line of equation, I'm going to go ahead and set everything up. And then I'm going to distribute. I'm going to combine my 7 plus 2. I get 9 plus 3x. I'm going to distribute my 7, and then I'm just going to get my like terms together. 30x and 20x gives me 9x, and 36 and 63 is 27, so x equals 3. Remember, your first step in solving these problems is you have to identify if you have a tangent or if you have a secant segment. And then in the extra example, we have a tangent, and then we have the whole secant segment. So here we're going to have x plus 5 squared because that's the tangent squared. The outside or exterior part is x plus 2 times the whole secant segment. Now in this case, I went ahead and added 2 and 7. That gives me 9. So I have to go ahead and expand this binomial, x squared plus 10x plus 25. And then I have to go ahead and multiply these two binomials together. When I do that, I can use the FOIL method. I can use the box method, however you want to FOIL them. X squared plus 11x plus 18. Again, my x squares cancel out. I get my like terms together, and x equals 7. So I want to real quickly remind you guys, it is important if you know that this right here is the tangent, and notice that this right here is the secant segment. So that's your first step. You have to make sure that you identify them. Y'all get busy on your lesson.